Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting installment of our Max Rando tournament coverage. Today we have the Hangry Canuck versus Paratroopa, and they are going to be starting any time now. It looks like one of our racers wasn't quite ready, so you just get to talk to me for a couple minutes. So hopefully we start soon and I don't have to keep stalling for time here. Yeah, so this is a max rando tournament. So it is going to be kind of random what we start with, what spells we have, and what have you. So we will soon see what all we have to begin this race. And I can make sure that we have some decent cropping for paratroopa because I couldn't really see their screen very well. So looks like they have taken off in the SRL, so our restream will be catching up here shortly, and we will be off. All right, looks like we are good to go. So Henry starts off with Reflect, Hammer, as well as our Raft, which is super exciting because that is one of the more trolly items to kind of find. So let's make sure we have some good cropping over here on Paratrooper screen. And then I can get back to commentary. It's really hard to crop a black screen because I don't know where the boundaries are. So sometimes you just have to wait. So I will get that fixed there in a second. Oh, we already have a game over from Hangry. Looks like we start off with 3 lives. I have missed how many gems we have so far. So I will add that to the restream just as soon as I can see someone menu. One gem. Okay. This might be a little faster than we thought. Definitely going to be a quick race. We are going to need to find that glove, though, before we can really do anything, as well as probably the fairy spell for some of our locked rooms over in the Great Palace. So I wouldn't expect, a 10-minute seed here, but it's certainly going to be a quick one. That hammer and that raft really opens up a lot of the overworld for our runners, pretty much full exploration. Is available to them. We have our trophy over in Peabag Cave. Yeah, Ambrose is definitely correct. Having that jump spell really makes it nice because then you can kind of find Mito and get that down stab as well as I'm not sure if that's randomized. It could be up stab, down stab. Sometimes we start with up stab and down stab. It doesn't appear that is the case in this seed. So it looks like right now our players are just trying to level up a little bit. One heart container makes it for a very difficult situation for our runners. Pretty much one hit KO here for our runners. They do have 3 lives, but that doesn't go very far when you are when you can only take 1 hit. Do have a decent amount of magic though, starting with 4 containers. But unfortunately, they seem to be gaming over before they can level up anything. Paratroopers, audio max. Hold on, let me double check. Let's see how that sounds. A little bit better, but their sound is really, really low. Let me switch over and see how the other runners. Yeah, paratroopa is not much louder either, but at least we have some sound. And there is Mito for hangry. Going to immediately use that jump spell to get his down stab. Yes, it is maxed out in node. I don't know if paratrooper is like updating a tracker or what, but they seem to be stopping quite a bit. I'm sorry, what do you mean? There's no video. His video is going. His timer's going. That's him. That's not us frozen. His timer's still going. I have no idea what he's doing. And hold on. Okay, so hold on 1 second. Okay, so in this Max Rando tournament, there is a 30-minute mercy rule. So what we do is reset for these runners, and they are going to have a new seed to start off with. So give me 1 second. I'm going to get that all set up. Okay, so we are going to enforce the mercy rule. They both agreed to a reroll. So what's going to happen is I'm going to need a couple seconds to switch everything. And we are going to roll a new seed and start from scratch. So I shall return. guys, we are almost ready to start. And then we'll reroll. Just want to make sure I have everything right here. Ready? Let's go for round 2. I'm going to send them off. Okay, so in this max randomizer, there is what we call a 30-minute mercy rule. So what that means is that our runners have 30 minutes to decide if they want a seed reroll. So our runners both agreed. So now we are we're breaking OBS is what we're doing. So our runners both agreed to a reroll. So that's what we're going to do. Just going to make sure everything looks good here. Hey, there it is. Okay. Much better. Okay, this time they're starting with 2 health containers and a lot more items. They do not have that required spell, but it'll be all right. Looks like this time we're going to have 2 gems instead of 1, so let me go ahead and edit that. I've never actually restreamed any races that had the mercy rule, so thanks for bearing with me. Interestingly enough, the spell placement in their menuing is what town that they got their spell from. So some things, like say they find the trophy and the spell is in the Rando location, which would be the second from the top, then that would mean that they don't have to turn in that trophy because they already have that spell from that town. So I did not have a chance to see their menu yet. Looks like they have the free spell from Raru and I believe the Okasuto spell. So they're not going to have to worry about their magic container requirements for that specific spell. But they will have to turn in the trophy medicine or child if they would like those particular spells. Yeah, they start again with that glove and hammer. So again, the overworld is pretty open to them. I've noticed a lot in the Max Rando though that the east tends to be boot locked if you start with the raft. So I don't know if that's going to be the case for this particular seed, but I have seen it a lot in the Max Randos throughout the tournament. So again, if you are just joining us, I am Jinxie Girl here today with our Zelda 2 Max Rando tournament, the Hangry Canuck versus Paratrooper. We did enforce a mercy rule where both runners agreed to re-roll the seed, as the first one they started with was ridiculous. This one definitely a lot better for them starting out. Max Rando, you kind of start out with different items. So you can start out with spells, you can start out with random items, you have a random gem placement to open Great Palace. Today we're starting off with the glove, the raft, the cross, and the hammer. Our race today is tracked by iBot02, who always shows up when I need them, always willing to volunteer, which is wonderful. Looks like we didn't start with upstab or downstab, so again, that's going to be something that our runners are going to have to get, and that's in Mito, having neither the jump spell or the fairy spell. That is unattainable at the moment. Looks like Paratrooper is going to give us our first look into Death Mountain, as Hangry is going to just do some more overworld exploration, try and find some of those item caves, get a map out of what the west looks like for us today. Yeah, I am surprised at the early Death Mountain call. It's I think it's one of those calls that if it's something really good, then you have an excellent chance of winning. If it ends up being a time suck, it almost guarantees to put you behind early on. Yeah, I'm not sure if they have enough to cast spell. Possibly. That might help in that cave. But pretty sure the only... I don't even know what spells they started off with, to be honest. Oh, they do have jump and spell. So they can get up stab and down stab. Well, not one or the other. I'm not sure if those are randomized. And it looks like a 500 point P bag in our trophy cave. Henry pulling out some nice levels there with that 500. Paratroopa still taking a look in Death Mountain. Yeah, interesting placement for that town over there. Looks like they might be maybe boot blocked other than going through Death Mountain. Looks like the back end of Saria there. I don't believe Paratroopa has found Bagu and doesn't have ferries, so can't get across. And there's the front end of Saria. This is pretty much a free spell. Just have to turn in that mirror that you can find in the last house before the Bagu Bridge. And the child in P-Bag Cave. Para grabbing that mirror, gonna grab his spell. Just some more exploration from Hangry here. Finds a 1-up doll. And we have our fairy spell. So basically, free fairy spell today. Very nice. So far, I haven't seen any hints. We have our first hammer blocked cave here. We're going to check out the town first. I believe that was Raruru which we already have that spell for. There is a 500-point P bag for them. I grab a few levels. Now at 233. Oh, and another P bag draw for 200 points. Gonna take attack 3. Definitely don't blame him. Ooh, a hangry in a rough spot without fairy or downstab. It's gonna get kind of annihilated here for a little bit. Hangry gonna go ahead to the east. We are not boot blocked so far. We do have that cross, so that makes those I can't remember their names. The fly eyeball thingies. My technical name, if you will. Do have the jump spell, which we know this probably isn't going to be anything exciting. 500-point P bag. Definitely can't complain early game where you can get attack 3, 10 minutes in. Looks like Palace 1 for hangry. Doesn't have that fairy spell or the magic key yet, so gonna say no for right this second. We do have a 2-gem requirement to enter GP. And there is Bagu for paratroopa. Angry outrunning that encounter for quite some time before finally getting gobbled up there. My God, our poor runners with this enemy roll is just awful. Para back in Death Mountain. I think both really wanting to find Mito here so they can get, their downstab. I think that would definitely make their progression a lot easier. So we do know that there are certain towns on the west and certain towns on the east. So on the west, we're going to have Raruru, Rudo, Saria, and Mito. On the east will be Naburu, Darunia, New Kasuto, and Old Kasuto. So given the placement of where our spells are in our item list, we already have the spell from Raruru. I love saying that one because I definitely don't sound silly at all. And our spell from Old Kasuto. So not going to have to get the spells out of those towns. There are others we do need to find. It's like a little bit of a boot block there for hangry. Back end of Saria. I don't believe we've had any hints yet either as to where anything is. So at the moment, our runner's still kind of blindly exploring the continents. So far, Hangry is the only one to sail to the east. Paratrooper seems to wanting to clean out the west. Finds a magic container in, I believe that's Magic Container Cave. So, not bad find. Because given these encounters, being able to use Fairy is going to save a lot of up and A's and game overs, I think. Yeah, they're definitely set on magic containers, unfortunately, and not so much on life, but they are starting to build their levels up, so that shouldn't be a problem soon. Yeah, I have a habit of rolling some pretty terrible Z2 seeds, and I did make that clear before I rolled the first and the second one for our runners, so this is on them at this point. I was like, listen, it's probably better if I don't do it. I'm like, no, it's fine. Okay. Paratrooper finding that pass-through cave again into another one of those brutal encounters. Oh my. So see, with Max Rando, just because you only have 2 gems and a lot of items, that does not mean you are going to have a cakewalk through this game. Yeah, they do have jump, which I think would make it a little bit easier navigating over those enemies, because that is just very unfortunate. Yeah, I definitely think he's looking for Mito. I'm not sure why he keeps making these same... I'm confused. It's alright. We'll figure it out. It's definitely method to his madness. I think more than likely he was just trying to avoid encounters there. Oh, a 500 P-bag drop on that enemy there for Hangry. That is definitely nice to see those in the mix. Haven't seen any key drops, though, which could be troubling considering how expensive Fairy is. And that we don't have that magic key. I think for the most part that single encounter that Paratroopa just game over and on is probably the worst part about this seed. It's definitely brutal. And it seems to be really, really hurting our runners here. Paratroopa going to head over to the east. Also finding Palace 1. Hangry finding Jump Cave. Yeah. Oof. We got zombie mode for Paratrooper. Was not able to find Mito, so doesn't have that down stab yet. So has to kind of slow and steady this. Does look like a good bit of the west is boot blocked. Yeah, see, that's a common theme. If you start with the raft, the east is almost always boot blocked, I've noticed in this tournament. I don't know whether it's true or not, or if I'm just making it up, but just from what I've seen, and I've watched pretty much all the tournament races, that side, if you start with the raft, is going to be boot blocked. Back end of Saria for Hangry. Yeah, I think Para is definitely on the hunt for Mito. Hangry about to pick up his fairy spell that he can't use. Awesome. My feeling is with fairy being so expensive that the magic key is going to rear its head here fairly soon. I mean, Para might have had the right idea. It might require a Death Mountain play to find some sort of progression. I just feel like at this point I should be banned from rolling Z2R seeds because I'm clearly not good at it. Oh, there's a heart container for Hangry in Heart Container Cave. Just really hard for either of our runner to kind of progress or grind these levels just because of the constant game overs. Looks like we have Palace 5 for Paratroopa. We find Spectacle Rock here. Please don't die. Did you already get the item? Must have, because you're not going the right way. Yeah, that heart container definitely makes it a little better. I think it's going to be a really slow start for our poor runners, but once they get going, it's just going to take off. And they're not going to hate me forever for rolling this. He only hates warm beer. All right. Good deal. That would be lovely, Casey. Actually, this is the re-roll. We enforce the mercy rule when both players agree within 30 minutes of the seed to re-roll. They can re-roll it. This is actually better. And we are joined by the amazing Nightcrawler. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, thank you. I was out when this race started, but it looks like it started a little late, so I'm not too late jumping in.
Well, this was actually the first time I got to enforce the mercy rule. The first seed was gross. And this is not much better, but this is much better, if that makes any kind of sense.
So what was the first seed like? I'm curious.
One heart. What was it? One heart, raft, hammer, fairy start, I think. But they couldn't get anywhere. It was just game over, game over. It was one hit TKO. It was awful.
Well, it looks like the Angry Canuck has found a heart container. Did I hear correctly that was in Death Mountain?
It was on the grass tile, I think. It was in a heart container cave.
Well, hopefully Paratroopa will find it fairly soon from this point, and that'll make his life a lot
Really close to it.
How's it going, Tiamat? I love that, Sarah. Wait, this is a reroll?
Yeah, this is a reroll. And I told them, listen, you don't want me to re-roll it. I roll terrible Z2 seeds. And they're like, no, it's fine. It'll be better. It's not better. Not better.
I love one heart container seeds, though. They're so fun. Well, for me, when I watch it from my comfy throne up high in the commentator's room. Oh, nice thrones, by the way. Are these new thrones?
I have no idea.
Wow, double P bags, 700 experience just like that.
Wow, for magic? That's awesome.
Maybe he can cast fairy now.
I don't believe so. But possibly. I'm not very good with the logistics of the spell casting, and numbers make my head hurt.
Yeah, in Zelda 2, I think the attack and magic, like the way they work is like on a chart, really. And so that's what gets randomized. So it's not like it's, 10% every time or anything like that, anything consistent. I'm not terribly familiar with exactly how it works, but I do know there's charts involved instead of, like a formula or something. Another 500 points.
Yeah, definitely the P-bag drops have been pretty substantial, but unfortunately a lot of game overs and losing a lot of experience points has been an issue.
Looks like the thehangrycanuck is not used to being candleless in Zelda 2 quite yet. Oh, dang it. That's a shame. He had that 500 points. He could have gotten to Magic... Probably Magic 5. No. Magic 5 or Life 6 at his next level. It wasn't too far away. One of the harder enemies to see in the dark in Zelda 2 is the Moldorm. Or, what do they call it? I don't think they call it the Moldorm. The big worm that sticks out of the ground. The thing that you would least like to see when you come home at night. That's probably one of the harder enemies to see in the dark.
I always pictured as the worm from Beetlejuice. I don't know if that was 3 or 6. It's one of them, and it's bright green.
And there's the grass tile that has the heart container, but I think Paratroopa's just walking by. Or is it just nearby the grass tile?
I think it's near. It was in a dark cave.
Okay.
I thought it looked like one of the heart container caves, but again, this is not my forte, so...
Yeah, Ampharos is backing me up on that. All the spell costs are basically on a table. And that's what gets randomized, yeah. And the rando rolls up and down, up to 50%. But I also think in the randomizer, they don't necessarily go up and down at the same magic levels they normally do. There's the heart container. In Heart Container Cave.
Nice little dance there from Paratrooper.
Beautiful.
Is this one of your sprites?
No, this one's Plan. Plan made this sprite.
I always assumed that you've made every custom sprite.
No, I think Jackamus made the first one. I'm always mixing up who made the first one. I think it's Jackamus. It says on Digshake's website for this. He made that Dark Nut sprite, which, as we found out when we interviewed him the other day, is kind of like supposed to be a cross between Dark Nut and the hero from Dragon Warrior 1. So didn't know that before.
Oh, that's fun.
Then I did a bunch after that, then Plan started doing some. Unfortunately, there's only 2 of my sprites. Champagne Reef Dig Shake. I would not send you to such a site.
It would be funny though.
Yes.
Let me know what's there. There's that extra magic container for Hangry.
All right, now it looks like Paratroop is trying his hand at Palace 2. Not too hard since they... Oh, wait. No, is this 5? I didn't see him check the front, so I'm not sure.
Thought it might have been empty. I could be wrong.
If it was empty, it's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked like a 5 room right there. So he can do it. There's one potential fairy block, but other than that,
where is there's Saria. That is what we've been looking for.
Paratroop was in Mito, actually.
That's what I meant, Mito. Sorry, I looked down at my notes and saw. Yeah. Was that an actual hint? Okay, yeah. So Guma has 500 points. So Palace 5, that's nice. We don't have to dig that item.
Yeah, and Paratrooper just checked into Palace 5, and he briefly considered going through there. Now he knows he really doesn't have to. I don't know. How many gems do they start with? I know you're always telling me this in chat when I'm asking, and then I would ignore it for like 3 minutes.
2.
2? Oh, he's never going into 5.
The first, the actual first seed I rolled, it was 1 gem, but it was also 1 heart.
And actually, in a way, a roundabout way, having fewer gems makes it harder because you can't get the levels from placing gems.
I agree.
You can still kill the bosses if you really want to, but that's not really smart. That's not an efficient use of your time.
Medicine is in Maze Island.
So, Paratroopa knows where to go for that.
Yeah, 2 nice hints for Paratrooper.
Yeah, and they're up to 4 normal hints in the game, as well as it looks like they wait, did the thehangrycanuck just nope out of Hammer Cave?
I think so, because I was like, I don't even know this game that well, and I know that's Hammer Cave. Go back, sir.
Yeah, go, please leave. Please leave this cave and go back to that cave.
Oh, Shadow Magi, thanks so much for the gift sub.
I was gonna say, nice to see that love being spread. Oh, you're never gonna find it if you don't know what it looks like. Yeah, I believe the thehangrycanuck is sort of getting a rough introduction to the randomizer. His last game was not particularly friendly, and in this one, we do see him a little bit struggling without the candle, but it doesn't take too long to adapt to seeing in the dark in Zelda 2, so he's gonna get used to it. Unfortunately for him, one of the things that does not show up at all in the dark is the pillars that usually you would look at in Hammer Cave, and so he's probably looking for that and not seeing it, but you can tell by the shape of the room.
That's not the first time I've seen that happen, though. I think that's a pretty common mistake with runners starting out, is not being able to recognize Hammer Cave.
Yeah. Hopefully it's nothing important in there. Well, the pea bags seem to be coming pretty free. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but as long as it's... Oh, you're gonna get dropped on. Oh, yeah, he's gonna die here, unfortunately. Aren't there only 4 runes, though? Or does that deal with weapon? Are we talking about a different game? Oh, we're talking about Breath of the Wild.
Another great game.
Runes? Are there runes in that game? I don't remember there being runes.
Yeah, that's what they call like the things like the camera and the bombs and stuff. They call those runes.
Those guys. The best apps you could ever download onto your phone. Which would be like if you could get one of those on your phone, which one would you take?
Don't know. I feel like I would use bombs way too much, so probably not that. I think the stasis. I would probably use stasis, I think.
Yeah, I would say stasis. I think bombs would get you arrested pretty quick.
Maybe, but I just bomb my way out. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
The motorcycle, obviously.
Well, I didn't download the DLC. Well, I purchased the DLC, but didn't download it, so I can't actually have the Alright, so they're continuing to look around. They have the raft. Have they not seen the raft tile yet?
It's boot blocked, like so many of our raft starts have been. Because Casey, you can back me up on that. Like when you have raft to start off with, how often is the East boot?
Well, the last race that I saw where they started off with a raft was boots blocked. So if we use a sample size of 1 or 2, 100% of the seats.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you know, if it's not in this palace, if the boots are not in, never mind. Bye. Did they check 3 or 6 already, or because we know it's not in 5? Oh, Death Mountain holds the boots. Oh no, thehangrycanuck. Oh no, we just got the hint in Rando. Paratroopa got the hint that the boots are indeed in Death Mountain, and they got to be in Hammer Cave because. I mean, unless they get the hammer in Hammer Cave and then they just go right to Spectral Rock or something.
They already got the hammer.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So there's still hope for thehangrycanuck. If the, even if he doesn't recognize Hammer Cave, there's a 50% chance that it's not in Hammer Cave, it's in Spectral Rock. So he might go back then. But with Downstab, the whole game is now suddenly magic. I love boots blocks though. Okay, so we have GP right there. I'm sure thehangrycanuck has already seen it, but that means that our only palaces on this continent are going to be 5 and 3 or 6, whichever that one was. Because there's a starting palace where Zelda's sleeping, GP, and then those 2 for a total of 4.
No, it does not, which I think is silly because I prefer our runners to have the candles, so I have an easier time when I'm forced into commentary.
But I can see it.
Yeah, now we have Casey, it's fine, but before it was a mess.
Come on, Shadow Magi afraid of the dark? Shadow Magi afraid of the dark? Come on. Maybe the emphasis is on the Magi and not so much on the Shadow. Maybe it's like Shadow Magi. Or Shadow Magi. The elusive pea bag, but finally picks it up and gets attack 4. That's going to be real nice, especially with this down stab. And I think Paratroopa is going to be getting into Death Mountain as soon as possible. Okay, in real life, yeah, going into a cave without a light source is a good way to die. Like, there's no monsters, but there's like cracks and stuff, and like you trip, and maybe you fall 4 feet, but there's a rock right where your head is. Like, not a good plan. But
I'm sorry. How can you decisively say that there are no monsters? Have you?
If you're disagreeing with me, it is divisive.
Okay, that's what I thought. It sounded weird. It felt weird in my mouth. Can you definitively say that there are no monsters?
Well, I've been in about 40% of the caves on Earth, and I haven't seen any monsters yet. And I'm planning on doing another 20% this. I feel like
you're stretching that number.
I may have not been in any caves ever. My house is like a cave sometimes.
I can appreciate that.
But I have lights, so it's okay. When I got this place, it was like incandescent bulbs, and it was still like a cave, even when you turn the lights on.
Yeah, your name is Nightcrawler. It is very possible that you are in fact a monster, sir, and you just don't want other people to find out.
If I was a monster, I would want everyone to find out.
Right?
That would be my selling point. I could never have
secret talents. I'd be like, no, watch what I can do. Watch this.
You know what my secret talent is? Secret talons.
Ooh.
Yep. They just pull right back in there.
I have a talent where I can tell when people are pregnant.
Oh, wow. Am I
Yeah.
pregnant?
No.
Oh, see, you're right at least
Sorry.
half the time.
Yeah. Right? It is. It's a very strange talent to have, but I almost like I get like a feeling. I can feel it. It's weird. But
Henry is
it's
pulling out.
just with pregnancy, not with lottery numbers or anything like that.
If only.
Fun fact, didn't find out I was pregnant with my first son for 3 months in. I can tell when other people are pregnant, but not myself.
That's what happens when you take all the mirrors out of your house.
Right? Just thought I liked too much cake.
Or maybe you're a monster and you don't have a reflection, so you can never see.
I sometimes wish I didn't have a reflection.
Oh,
I'd be happier.
I meant like vampire, but you know.
Oh, this train has derailed. I just feel so bad for our runners. I just feel like we're just going back and forth doing the same things over and over and over again.
Yeah. I mean, I think Hangry Canuck really has to check in P3 or P6. Oh, because it feels like he wants to. And then he can get back on track into checking Death Mountain.
Especially if he pulls out that candle.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a huge, huge help to him. That would be probably the best item for him to get right now. You know what? Okay, you're going to hate me, because the number one feature that I want that I think would be easy to implement into Zelda 2 Randomizer, Dark Palaces.
What? Why? Who hurt you? Show me on this link doll who hurt you and where.
It was the hat. I point to the hat.
Well, we do have every once in a while a program in ALTTP that makes the entire game dark.
There are dark palaces.
Like everything is dark. There's nothing. You can't. Yeah. You can see like sometimes outlines of trees and stuff. I think actually Ampros is the one that made it, if I'm not mistaken.
People are questioning that I claim not to be a monster.
Not a monster. Dark Palaces, though. Oh, am I mistaken, Ampros? Well, I mean, you could have totally taken and be like, yeah, it's totally me. Yeah, I mean, I didn't say that I'm glad such a thing exists. I'm just saying it does exist. I remember Walter the Fourth getting super, super excited that it was there and was playing it. I just...
I'm glad both Hangry Canuck and Paratroopa are in Death Mountain. I just hope Hangry recognizes the gifts he is given.
Yeah, it makes me sad that he was there. Mm-hmm. Like, that, I feel bad. That's a feels bad man moment.
What Zetor needs is randomly generated palace room shapes. It's a platformer, though. So, like, if there's a jump you can't make, then that's just game over. I think you'd first see features like that in something like Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer, because like the whole game is platforming. That's just the whole point of the game. If we started to see that, then I could believe that we would see that in Zelda 2 Randomizer maybe at some point. Zelda 2 gives me the heebie-jeebies, so I'm content just to watch. Like, it scares you? I suppose. Zelda 2 is kind of like Smash Brothers to me. When I first started playing Smash Brothers, like, I literally got clammy hands whenever my character got near the ledges. This was like in 1998, but still. Or 97.
Yeah, I was like that playing Breath of the Wild. Like, there were certain things that would, like, really upset me on an emotional level where I was like, wow, this is a video game. I need to chill out.
Hangrycanuck ducking out of Death Mountain. I'm not entirely sure what he's hoping to find over here. Oh wait, you told me. Oh, boots blocked on the other side. Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Because it's right. I'm like, it's right by the end. It's right by
Yeah,
the end.
no, they can get to a cave and I think Palace 1.
Ah, did they do Palace 1?
No.
What? Okay. They can't cast Fairy yet. That's right. Oh, okay. Hangrycanuck resetting there to get his life back. Unfortunately, dropped about 750 experience on the floor.
I was gonna say that was like a lot. That was one of those emotional moments we just discussed. I was like, no.
Like, don't you want to cast Fairy someday?
I will never grow up. Paratroopa grabbing his lost kid, who instead of turning him into the irresponsible parent, should be turned over to the authorities.
This is just one of those caves where you don't want to go walking through here without a light source, because you will bonk your head. And maybe that's what happened to the... Unfortunately, that kid's going to be in Paratroopa's pocket probably for the rest of the race. Yeah, probably for the rest of the race. There's a chance that they don't need Thunder, and so he does P1 once he can cast Fairy, and he does like P3 or P6, and then just goes straight to GP. And he's got the glove, he's got down stab. That does leave possible up stab blocks, and possible Thunder block, but there's a decent chance you don't need either. Well, maybe the kid will get to meet Princess Zelda. So there's that. For me, though, I would probably turn in the kid, because I'd be going into Darunia for upstab anyway.
Sorry, I had a coughing fit. I'm back now.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, yeah, and we mentioned superpowers earlier. When I worked at GameStop, my superpower was being able to know what game people wanted just from, like, continual, extremely vague descriptions. Like, you're this guy, and you go to this place, and then there's a thing, and you do it, and then, that's Palace 1 or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's Shadow of the Colossus or whatever. Oh, yeah, totally!
Nice.
That was my superpower.
Well, there was a game for NES, and it was a boy, pink and a blue, and my brother and I used to play it all the time, and I have no idea what it's called, and I want to play it, but I don't remember. And it was like really cartoony, and I remember like a maze at some point in the overworld. All I got. That's all I got.
Okay.
What game was it?
You said there's a what, pink and a blue? The characters are pink and blue?
Yeah, it's I want to say it's a brother and sister, but I think they might be witches or some kind of magical thing, but they were pink and blue.
And it was 2-player?
Yeah. Because if it wasn't, we probably would have killed each other with a controller. It is not Bubble Bobble, because that's what I thought it might have been, but then I watched like videos of it. It's not. There was like an overworld to it. What was that one that they said? Now I gotta look it up. Ice Climbers. I'll look that up.
There's no overworld there either, but you mean like looking down on your character? Was there ever a point when you looked down on your character?
No.
Okay, yeah, it's probably Ice Climbers. They're probably right.
It does look like it.
Everyone hates that game.
Looks like I think I was 7 when I played it. I don't remember much.
Well, I'm sure it's wonderful, but it's just one of those games that everyone hates because they wanna hate a game. It makes me sad.
I think that might be it.
Chat, you have granted Jinxie her wish today. Paratroopa getting the spell from Nibiru, very nice. Had you not visited this town before? Because this is a free spell right here. Oh, no, maybe magic and requirements wrong. You are the weakest link. Oh, 81 magic, and so the Hangry Canuck is 1 magic point short of casting Fairy.
That's so mean.
Oh, I love it. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, in Palace 1, he ended when he beat Horsehead. He had 925 experience or something. So if you didn't game over, if you didn't up an A there, he would have had 2 levels out of that palace, which would have meant Magic 5. Also, in seeds like this, it can be a good idea to avoid getting life levels because it makes it harder and harder and harder to get the other levels. Paratroopa are going to be picking up. Oh wait. Oh, when did Paratroopa get the boots and we didn't notice?
About like 5 minutes ago.
Okay, that's cool. Was it in Spectral Rock or was it in Hammer Cave?
I think it was Hammer Cave.
Oh no.
It could be that adventure of Lolo as well. I don't know. This has been driving me crazy for about 3 years, not being able to find what this stupid game is.
Oh yeah, that looks totally possible. Adventure of Lolo, yeah.
Those boots are just gonna make exploration of this overworld so much nicer for Paratrooper.
Yeah.
I really can't add that A at the end of there. It's a brain block. I don't know why, but he will be Paratrooper today.
Alright, Locke Cole saying that Spectral Rock was boots. So assuming Hangry Canuck. Oh, what are you doing, buddy? You can't cast Fairy. 64 plus 16 is 80, and it costs 81. Even if your magic is full, it's not going to happen.
He needs one of those take a penny jars.
Yeah, right?
Let me just borrow this one.
Oh, maybe he got a key from somewhere, but it looks like we don't have key drops on.
No, I have not seen a single key drop. Actually, the only drop I've really seen is pea bags.
Well, I'm sure they were thankful for that at first. Alright, Paratrooper in one of the item caves on the eastern continent. 1 life left. Hopefully... Yeah, he got keys from Palace 1, but I mean... Oh, he's in Palace 2 now. Okay. No, he's in Palace 1. Never mind. But he doesn't... Yeah. If he had a key, he would have opened the door before. Maybe he's hoping to find another key.
Oh, another magic container for Para. That is definitely going to help him. Look at him casting Fairy just to cast Fairy.
Yep.
You earned it, brother. Fly high.
That's the taste of freedom. Tastes like ground up fairies. It might have happened in a D&D game I played in once. I didn't do it.
Who hurt you?
I didn't do it. Look, I was trying to save those fairies, okay? Just because they were trapped under a glass dome and someone else got frustrated with a puzzle and blasted it with, like, a magic missile, thereby lacerating all the fairies inside.
This is very descriptive, and it's making me nervous. You really are a monster.
Don't walk onto this paratroopa. No! Oh, it worked out. Okay. Sometimes if you walk onto the bridges in directions you're not supposed to walk on them in, it puts you, like, in the middle of the bridge. And then you gotta walk through an encounter.
I mean, at least it doesn't hard lock.
And technically, I don't remember if the other character ground up the fairies. I think he made basically fairy extract, though. All right. We got another.
Wow. I'll remove you from my babysitting list. My God.
We got another item room though.
And then the fairy screamed for their lives as they were ground.
Look,
Poor 6-year-old will never sleep again.
I had nothing to do with any of that. That was the other characters. But I will tell the whole story though. All right, we got an item room here. That hanger cannot get inside. And you were mentioning earlier that you weren't sure that if the randomizer would force you to use fairy to go through palace doors if fairy cost a lot. It actually can. So for all the hangry canuck needs, for all the hangry canuck knows, he does in fact need to use fairy to get through these. There's the trophy.
Trophy.
And we know the other item here is the medicine, right?
Yes.
That's a lot of spells right there. He's got thunder already, so I don't know if he's ever going to pick up the other spells. I guess they're on that continent, so he may as well.
You know what? I think for all intents and purposes, Palace 5 is dead for paratroopa. Troopa.
Yeah, he's not going in there. He's going to find himself a nice little palace too, and have fun with that one. I mean, Palace 4 is not that bad. I think this one in here is Palace 4, if I'm not mistaken. Unfortunately, he can't beat it without Reflect, but with all these spell items he's getting. Oh, fun. Looks like it's behind an encounter somewhere. It's going to make finding this last item a little annoying. Or it could be up here.
Yeah, this maze island looks super long. Like, big today.
Well, it's probably right there. The hole he's falling in now. There it is. He's got all the spell items in his pocket now. A child, some Pepto-Bismol, and a bobblehead. An angel bobblehead.
A Dundee, if you will.
P4 could be good, but he can't beat it right now. So he'd have to turn in the spell items and then go all the way back. Participation award, yeah. That's it. Paratroopa's already gotten both of the cave items, so he noped out of that cave since it's only going to be a pass-through. And he probably doesn't need to use any pass-throughs to finish this game. In fact, he definitely doesn't. Well, I guess if he hasn't seen Darunia yet, there's a possibility that he needs upstab. Alright, fortunately the Hangry Canuck is back in Death Mountain. I do feel a bit bad because he was the first person to come across one of the item locations here and didn't recognize it. And he's been kind of double-checking, triple-checking a lot of areas instead of coming back here and searching it thoroughly.
I don't think he's gotten the hints that Paratroopa has either.
No, I don't think he has. No life to use that magic with. Alright, we're going back to Town City.
So we are back in Rudo. No? Yeah? Rudo? No.
This is Naburu. He already got the spell from here.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just getting some life? I think he already talked to her. Maybe magic
I thought he up it. Okay.
Yeah, I thought he got the spell. I think this is the only town where you don't have magic container requirements, and even if there was, he had 5 magic containers when he got here anyway, so that would have been enough. Well, got some life though. Maybe check for some more hints, or not. Yeah, this was Thunder. So perhaps he's looking for Darunia right now. He's got the flute, so he can just pass straight through there. Looks like some fun areas up ahead. Oh, it just twists around itself like a pretzel and probably goes nowhere. Oh no, it opens up into this bridge area. Meanwhile, the thehangrycanuck left Death Mountain again. But I guess he game over it, he's going back in. The cruelest Death Mountain that I've seen so far in my career as a commentator / player would be there was a single cave that led to a little valley that had the Hammer Spectral Rock, and that was blocking the entrance to Hammer Cave. So even if you found the right cave, if you didn't have Hammer, you wouldn't get anything out of there.
That's just gross.
It was fun.
Did it happen to you or someone you watched?
I think I played that one.
Oh, I was going to say, it's more fun when it's not you that has to deal with it.
It's fun when you're the Boy Scout and yet you're prepared for anything. And you're like, haha, this puts me ahead, probably.
Oh no, that led to a dead end.
Yeah. But maybe he'll just turn in his medicine and trophy and be satisfied with the spells he gets here. Because, I mean, maybe it's just like fire or something, or reflect. I mean, he doesn't really need any more spells. He probably wants life.
Life would be nice.
Gone all this time without life.
True.
What about Dark Overworld, too? There's just no light anywhere in the world.
Just play blindfolded.
Sounds about right. But how would you see all the screens of Ganon laughing at you?
True. I do love his laugh. I kind of want to make that my text notification. It's just like, ma ha ha.
It's also, I believe, Soda Popinski's laugh. I think it's the same laugh, just like sped up to a different level.
Lemon saying that I brushed up on my Z2 lore.
Yep, that's what we're gonna do when we finally get into GDQ. in 2039. We are going to have everyone play blindfolded in a Max Rando suit. It's going to be great. No one will know anything about anything. It'll give people like the opportunity to donate for 20 hours. It's going to be great.
I mean, that's pretty much how I go through life. So, I mean,
Blindfolded and random.
yes.
Shield Amito. I'm sure Paratroopa is glad to have that. Thanks for the call out, Victor. I was too busy concentrating on Hangry's screen. It's a good spell to have. The audience has to be blindfolded too. Yeah, we finished! Hey,
Right?
check it out, we finished. The camera's blindfolded. It's a world record. Just trust me. Alright, turning in trophy at Rando. Let's see what we get. He wants life, I think.
Oh, reflect.
Kind of expensive, but it's a good spell to have. It'll be useful against Thunderbird, and it'll let him, get an easy clear on Palace 4 if he wants to go back there. He's going back to the... He's probably going to go back to that continent to pick up whatever is at Darunia anyway. It looks like he's dead set on getting life, so... Not such a bad get.
We also have Spell. Did anybody check New Kasuto?
I don't think so. Maybe there's a 4th heart container in there.
Or the magic key, since fairy is still so expensive.
I'm glad Lemon Kitsune over here is extremely enthusiastic about Zelda 2 Randomizer. I am too. Thank you. Hey, you checked this one. You checked all the caves, buddy. Unless he's looking for a magic pass-through. If he hasn't seen Darunia yet, he might need a magic pass-through to get there. Winter Wonderland Z2 ROM hack. I've seen the new Winter Solstice ROM hack that looks really good. There's a lot of things that they do in that ROM hack that I haven't seen done in any ROM hack before. So I'm gonna say something really cool about it. If you want to be surprised by it, if you want to play it and be surprised, cover your ears for the next 10 seconds. They actually managed to get new music tracks in the game, and it sounds pretty good.
Oh, no way. That's cool. Although, I think this might be my favorite soundtrack for the Zelda games. Like, I really enjoyed the music in this game.
Yeah. Zelda 2 has some pretty sweet tunes, honestly. I mean, both of the Palace tunes, the Overworld tune's pretty good.
Hey, there's Darunia.
And the intro screen is... It's probably got my favorite intro screen out of all the Zelda games. Because it's dark. Yeah, here we go with Darunia. Paratroopa is going to use jump to get up here. If you watch this back, Darunia, there's a quicker way up there. If you... Did I just call Paratroopa Darunia? Okay, if you watch this back, Paratroopa... if you cast Fairy while you're holding down...
Oh my gosh, you just walked out of Hammer Cave again.
No. What if it's a 4th heart container? Oof. Well, yeah, so, oh, what spell was that? I was... Yeah. Not paying attention again.
That was Upstab.
Oh, that's a good spell. I like that spell.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
But But yeah, if you cast Fairy and you hold down, then you can enter through the roof. It's called like Fairy Claws or something. And if you want to make sure that your magic is still maxed out, what you can do is in the first screen. Okay, I'm actually gonna pay attention this time.
Is that fire? Yeah.
Fire. It could be life. It could be fire. Sorry, it could be life, thunder, spell, or reflect. Horsehead and Ace with a magic key. Huh. That would be useful.
There's your boots.
He's got it. Okay. It's not over yet. You can still do this. Just gotta. Oh,
he has a
I'm
gem
still
lead.
Does he? Oh, he does. Yeah. Oh, that's too funny. I'm sorry, but it's too funny. Oh, he recognizes it this time. What? All right. Cool. All right, but I was gonna say the item that he wanted desperately to get inside, and he was one magic short from, was a magic key.
Oh my.
Oh,
you need 7 magic containers for the item.
Ooh. So it's still out of Paratroopa's grasp, and I said ooh like that because I like close games. So if the thehangrycanuck picks up a heart container in here or something useful, that will definitely make it a closer game.
He needs to be careful though, because I think he's on his last life. So that's all the spells for paratroopa.
Yep, that's life. He's got it all. Okay, quick tip to the thehangrycanuck. You can despawn the first enemy in this room in Hammer Cave. Okay, and then he's going to go back to P1, get the item. It's going to be a magic key, and he's going to be so happy. I hope. Please do that. But yeah, if you can despawn the first enemy in that room in Magic Container Cave if you enter the screen and then leave the screen and come back in. The first enemy will be gone. Which, I mean, this time it was an Octorok, but if it was like a Red Dyra, you might want to despawn him. Because Red Dyras and tunnels are not the easiest thing to defeat unless you have Reflect. Alright, Paratroopa, seeing what's in the world... I'm just going to say it. What the Zelda 2 community calls it is the world boner. And it's a 500 point P bag. And
I mean, they're not wrong. I get it. Yeah. After you said it, I was like, oh yeah. Huh.
Hope the thehangrycanuck goes back into P1 because that's going to make his whole life easier. I mean, he's only got one more palace after this, but still. Oh yeah, he doesn't have the flute. That's a Paratroopa exclusive at this point. And as for the hint I was going to give to Paratrooper, but stopped to watch him get the spell. Yeah, if you want your magic to be full, even after using Fairy Claws to get upstab, you can reduce your magic by casting spells on the first screen and then talk to the magic lady, and then your magic will be incrementing as you go into the second screen. And then if you cast Fairy before it finishes filling up, it'll just keep filling, and so you'll have gotten in there faster and have all your magic. The fastest way to get up there is with a clip. Oh, that's an item room. There you go. You can clip in there with a jump spell, but it's like frame perfect. I just want to say it's frame perfect because I think it actually is. And it only saves like not very much time at all. The seed is cruel. Yeah. That's actually what I was doing when I wasn't commentating for the first 40 minutes. I was hacking the SRL IRC servers to pose as a random generator and actually putting in a seed that I knew was going to be bad.
Yeah, I'm sure he did that.
I'm a monster, remember?
I definitely didn't roll these two horrendous seeds.
Oh, he game overed. Oh no. Oh. You can do it. You can do it, Hangry Canuck.
I mean, I think at this point that they would feel better if we were like, no, just kidding. We made this seed to be horrible.
They might feel better, yeah. 2 lives, 2 hearts. Oh, I got 3 now. 3 hearts. You don't need more than 3 hearts in Zelda 2. They're fine. Looks like Paratroopa is going to be getting this magic key before Hangry Canuck is. And it's not necessarily that Hangry Canuck needs to get it. Because, you know, he only has 1 more palace to clear. But he can just barely cast Fairy right now, and he only has 2 lives. So that means he can get through 2 doors, unless he gets, like, red jars or something. Or levels up his magic, which is apparently not going to happen anytime soon. Oh, he just used his magic, so he can't actually get the magic key in there.
He did pick up a 1-up there, though.
Yeah.
So can take a death abuse.
Exactly. You don't want to do it to a bubble, though. It'll take forever. And it's just humiliating. Yeah, and I've actually seen another really cool Zelda 2 ROM hack called The Nightmare of Ganon, which is like, you know, one of those hard mode type ROM hacks. That actually sort of managed to get a new enemy in the game. They like changed an enemy's behavior and still had the original enemy in there. So you can do some cool stuff in Zelda 2 with ROM hacking.
I know Maris talks a lot about making ROM hacks and manipulating the game.
Yeah, I've just been in like the modding community for so long that I sort of know, you know, I want it too. I want it really bad. I want to see a lot of really cool stuff come into the randomizer, but until it actually happens, you know, there's not too much point talking about it for an extended period of time. Like, I'll talk about it sometimes. But you just gotta know, if no one's willing to actually put in the work for it, then it's not gonna happen. Why is Paratroopa not doing the dungeons he noped out of before this? Well, one of the dungeons he noped out of was P5, and it has a lot of doors, and it's probably the most painful dungeon in the game. The other one is P3 or P6. If it's P3, by all means he should do it, because P3 is not that hard. If it's P6, P6 is pretty hard, and has a lot of doors. So that's probably why. If he went back to P1 and got his magic key, you know, that'd be great. Oh yeah, that's a really great Simon Belmont sprite. It was... Oh! Is Paratrooper gonna farm this out? Another 1,300 experience? Okay. 130 more of these.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay. He's not even gonna get close to what he needs for a level. Like, if he's trying to get closer so that he beats the boss and gets to his next level up, I mean, that's not really going to happen.
But damn it, he's going to try.
Maybe he thinks these guys drop stuff? There's actually three groups of enemy, drop chart enemies in the game. Or, there's 3 drop groups in the game, and these guys belong to the group that doesn't drop anything. As you can tell. The drops in Zelda 2 are not random. Or, well, what you get is random, but when stuff drops is not random. And in the vanilla, it's every 6 enemies within that group you kill. And then it determines whether to give you a P bag or a magic refill based on a random chance there.
Hangry found his flute.
I mean, I suppose this is kind of fast, but no. I would just
This
find
is how
a dripper.
I play Z2.
I mean, if he really wants to do this, he could go into P5 and see what the dripper enemies drop. What the dripper enemies are. Because there's drippers in P5. P2 is really the good dripper palace. But they haven't seen it yet for some reason. Yeah, you know what?
I'm surprised by this.
Ampharos? Let's see. With big P bags in the drop table, it'd be faster to beat the boss, skip the gem, and work your way back. Yeah, you know there's that too. But his next level is going to be a sword level, so he's probably not going to want to skip that level. Probably what would be your board, like a board? Probably the best... If he wants to grind, he should probably just kill weak enemies, because there's a lot of P-bags dropping. And these guys are not going to drop P-bags. So... Or, you know, you've got access to the Eastern Continent. Just kill Lizalfos. Lizalfos are worth like 200 or 300 experience each.
The game's getting mad. They're like, throw in them skull things. Bring the skulls.
He's only going to get attack 5 out of this. I'm not sure what he's hoping for. Horsehead does give up to 100, yes. Up to 100. Or down to 20. It's normally 50 experience for Horsehead, but it can randomize down or up to increments. Oh wait, the next one after 50 is 100, so I guess that's just one increment. I've never seen a Horsehead give like more than 100 though. See, those blue guys that thehangrycanuck is fighting right now? They're worth a lot of experience. And Paratroopa has Thunder. You could just cast Thunder and kill them and then go into town and get his magic refilled.
I'm pretty sure I can say this is the craziest grind I've ever seen in a Z2R.
Yeah. I've ground out bots in GP before. For magic, though. Because the bots, they split into 6 smaller bots when you hit them. And every 6 enemies, something drops. So I needed to refill my magic, so I killed like 3 of them.
I mean, why stop? Just go finish it. You go back and you finish it, sir.
Could you imagine if Horseheads...
Oh my god.
See? He could have just killed normal enemies. Oh, man.
Oh,
wow.
my.
Magic 6 was before life. Sorry, attack 5. That's...
TH Strom. You deserve that. You're just killing everything.
Oh my god.
He's a madman. The game has broke him.
If you see most randomizer players doing this sort of thing, it kind of means they've given up. But there you go. There's your magic key. You have every item now, except for the lamest one.
Don't knock the candle, sir. Some of us enjoy it.
I hate the candle.
Do you hate puppies, too?
Are they chihuahuas? I probably hate chihuahua puppies.
I have a chihuahua.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. Wait, what did that mean?
I don't like chihuahuas
Of
that
course
much.
she has a chihuahua.
No. That's not what I meant.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to send you a picture of my chihuahua every day. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I wanted to take it back, but it was too late. Sorry. Phrasing. Ambrose, I could not think of a less appealing enemy to grind. I agree.
Why are we grinding this? You're gonna get a level. And these also don't drop P-bags. These are also in the no drop chart. It's quicker to like just walk in and out of P3 or P6 and grind the red iron knuckle. Yeah, the blue thing is actually a smarter way because they drop like, I think they drop 500 more P-bags, the small drops.
We're not sure what's going on, to be honest. One thing, though, is Hangry is catching up and still has that gem advantage.
Yeah, because all this time in P1 and Paratroopa still hasn't defeated the boss. Like, you know, that's how you win.
Like, at some point, we're going to have to call an intervention and be like, Para, come on, my man. Not like this.
He's got an addiction problem.
Yeah.
I think he just really wants good levels when he goes into GP. But here's the thing, it's Max Rando. Dark Link could be 3 rooms in.
Oh my gosh, how beautiful would that be? Oh god.
And you know the one fight
after
in the
all
game,
this, you go down and you drop in the Dark Link.
Yep.
Oh.
I would love that. The one enemy in the game that your levels don't matter against is Dark Link. It doesn't matter how good your attack or life levels are, you do the same amount of damage and take the same amount of damage. I mean, you can cast more spells with higher magic, but who cares? It's Dark Link. The only spell you don't really need to cast any spell against him if you know the strats. And if you don't, you can always just do, shield. That's pretty cheap. Oh. Oh, man. If you want to kill it, yeah, he's not going to get another 1,000 experience. I'm glad he's being more reasonable now. There you go. 20 experience. And he's going back!
Place your gem before you game over!
He's gonna get this guy so he can jackhammer him, but he's only got attack 4, so he's probably gonna lose a life. Oh, there's your 70 experience. Guess what? You already used the fairy. Sorry if I'm being snarky now. Yeah, he's gonna turn it in because he knows he's just gonna... No. He's gonna die. Oh, okay, here we go. Alright, yeah, if they have 500 point P-bags, this could actually be way faster than what he was doing before. 200 points, still way faster. Now this is grinding in Anakin voice, isn't that?
So it's what, every 6 he kills?
The randomizer can change that up or down 1, so it could be 5 or 7. Alright. Thehangrycanuck picking up another item.
That should be his medicine, I think. Oh no, P-bag.
But he gets a level out of it. Take that one.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, they want the magic levels, so, fairy's more castable.
Yeah, I agree, DH. This is the first time I've seen fire used so eloquently.
Hey, I used fire once.
Oh, that one was only 50.
Yep, that's not going to stop him.
I'm gonna go grab dinner, I swear, if he's still doing level.
And it's my bedtime in 10 minutes. I was
Right?
like, hey,
I was
they
like,
started
oh,
at
2
4.
gens. It's gonna be an hour.
Yeah, or less. Or not.
It's alright. You gotta give them credit. They're both trying their hardest.
Yeah.
There is a 500.
500. Alright. I will say, though, these guys have to work on their weaknesses for the rest of the tournament because RCS or Trails would have finished this in 30 minutes.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, they started with the glove and the raft.
And got the hint where the boots were.
Yep.
Although this grinding is going much faster than I thought it was going to be honest.
There we go.
There you got it.
Is he going to do it again?
Please don't grind up to 2,800 so you could get a tech 6.
I think his next one is life, and he is going to probably unwisely take it.
Yeah, I don't think RCS or Trails would have free rolled either.
I think the main weakness of thehangrycanuck is, not being able to recognize stuff in the dark and not being able to fight in the dark and stuff. Paratroopa, I think we just saw his weakness. Hate to say that, but sometimes you gotta roll the hard 6. But it's better to finish the seed if you know you can't finish the seed, without high levels.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta play how you're comfortable. If grinding is something that you do, then grind it up.
Yeah. Just watch the P5 dripper enemy is worth 500 experience. Because that can happen. That can happen. It can be like a Mago, and it can roll up twice, and you can just be getting 500 experience for every single one you kill. And they haven't checked that. So if they were going to grind, I kind of would check that first. Yeah, I know P5's scary, but yeah, there may be more heart containers to find, but they're probably going to be in palaces. In fact, I think definitely
they have to be in palaces at this point.
Yeah, and honestly, that would probably be a better thing to do than grinding. Just searching the palaces for extra containers. Because, well, from what we've seen,
I think they do, considering we already found one.
Yeah, let's see. Paratroopa, he hasn't gotten the Hammer Cave magic container, right? So there's one magic container in the palaces, because there's always 8 magic containers. So one of the palaces has a magic container. The other ones are going to have either 500 point P bags or heart containers. Or the candle.
I missed which palace Hangry is in.
I'll pay attention to it, but Paratroop is in P3. The whole time, this is P3, the easy one. Hangry's in P5, I think.
Ew.
Just watch. He gets the heart container for braving P5.
What's a 500-point P bag in 5?
Oh, that's right. We know it's 500-point P bag because
Yeah.
he didn't get the hint. So hopefully he doesn't search for the item.
Ooh, I
Well,
feel like
that's
I would've used
smart of
thunder there.
that's smart of paratrooper. Yeah, thunder could be very useful here, or even spell if you don't want to deal with it. But they'll regenerate if you do that. Oh, there you go. But yeah, that is smart of paratrooper doing this palace instead of P5 because he knows what's in P5. Just more worthless experience.
Well, I don't think the experience is very worthless to Paratroopa. He's killing everything.
And that's kind of the way I play too. I like killing enemies, but I really had to peel myself away from it. It hurt because I love the combat in Z2. Okay, Okay, I'm gonna make a prediction. He's gonna beat this boss
He's not
and then go do
that
more of the
gem.
palace. Yeah.
He's not placing that gem.
There is a better way to kill Rubenek. I think maybe he just missed it. Oh, he's plenty tanky though. Even with 3 hearts, with that shield spell on, he's really tanky. There's a key for thehangrycanuck. He's thinking about up and ang, but then realizes, hey, I'm 300 experience away from a level.
Yeah, that would have been bad because that would have been like the 3rd time he did it.
Yeah.
But down for Parrot.
This is a fairy block. He needs to die here.
Oh no.
Well, our prediction was correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no way that Rubenek can give you 1,000 experience, so it would have been a bit faster to just go kill these guys first and then kill Rubenek.
Oh my, if he game overs.
He might. I would just jump over these guys or cast Thunder on them. And we know the blue's not worth that much. You've got Thunder, man.
Oh my gosh. He is working my anxiety something awful.
Okay, that one was 100. It's even the same. Okay, and thehangrycanuck is okay. So they're not worth that much.
Oh, that's gross.
But that's what you want to check if you're gonna grind, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Well, Paratroop is pretty close to a level. But yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I was gonna say, oh no, he's really close to death.
Oh my god. Go.
Oh,
he got a life. Oh, I can't.
There we go. Go back home. Go home and place your gem. And you're not going to. Oh, because item room's right here. Okay. It could be something good. It's gonna be a candle. It's gonna be the candle. It's gonna be the candle. Oh, it's 500 PEG. Alright. Okay. That's too good. I'm sorry. That's too fun. Oh.
Oh no, is he grinding out the next level now?
Oh no, he died before he played. He died before he leveled up. No, I was looking at Hangry's screen. Okay, he attacked an enemy while he was in midair above lava, and that stopped his momentum. So he fell into the lava and lost 1,700 experience.
That is gross.
Yeah. Oh, he did level up? Okay. I guess the levels just were really close to each other because it was. I remember it being like 17 something.
Why of all the bosses do you pick Guma for your second gem? You only have to do 2, and you pick Guma for the second?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, P3 was right there, and it's plenty easy. But Paratroopa may very well be heading into GP now. He's pretty much as prepared as he could possibly be. Sans finding other heart containers or magic containers. Right. Well, you know, you do get more experience for killing Boss Guma. I think up to 1,000, but it's not gonna matter.
Nice. Gets him down.
300. That would get me down. All right, we got an entry into GP at 145 exactly. So that should make it easy to see how far behind Hangry Canuck is. He could go right now. Nothing's stopping him from going right now.
He might.
And Darklink could be just 3 rooms in. Oh, that's a dead end on Paratroopa's side, so that makes making the decision of where to go next easy. So, a left. Which means it's going to be at least 2 more rooms until... At least 2 more rooms after this. Alright. Until he's walking to the right, he can't possibly encounter Darklink. Awesome! I like this gusto right here. Hangry Canuck enters at 1:45:55, only 55 seconds after Paratroopa. How they're so close together after almost 2 hours, I have no idea. They had wildly different runs, and yet they're still so close to each other.
I like it.
I do too. And an up and A from Paratroopa means that Hangry Canuck is technically ahead. Technically. Yeah, that was quite a grind. And yeah, I mean, Paratroopa does have higher levels. He has 677 to Hangry Canuck's 566, and that could be a difference maker.
Oh, so could the magic key.
Well, there's no doors in this palace.
Oh, there isn't?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Kind of wish there were.
Never mind.
It's okay.
You have like evil thoughts today. Like you want to add doors to a great palace, black out the whole world, eat fairies. Like it's weird. You're a spicy chicken sandwich tonight.
I did not eat those fairies. Someone else ate someone drank them. Whatever. Same difference.
Is it though? Is it? I feel like to liquefy fairies is a lot worse than just eating them outright.
Well,
okay, I'm sorry. Sprites.
They weren't quite
eating the sprites.
No, they were fairies. There's a difference in D&D, I think. But yeah, no, they were still there. It's just like they were just suspended in oil, I think. God, I'm so sorry.
So weird. That's so weird.
It's like how you make or no, I don't think it was oil. I think it was alcohol. It's just like how you make, vanilla extract. You put vanilla bean in oil. In alcohol. If you want to make.
Can they scream as you drown them in it? Is that the same?
Well, if it's alcohol, they probably wouldn't scream. They'd probably get drunk. No, they probably wouldn't.
Freaking Rachel Ray over here talking about how to cook fairies and sprites.
Well, I do know a lot about sprites. Let's be clear.
You do. That's fair. I like the dolphin sprite.
I didn't make that one either.
Which ones did you make?
All right, so the dolphin sprite was made by hold on. It's so far back in my memory right now. I'm so sorry. All right, this person will never see this, so it's okay. So when I remember,
I'm gonna tell them.
You-
Timestamp.
you won't because you don't know who to tell.
You're about to tell me who made the sprite. I certainly know who I can tell.
Not anymore. You don't know anymore. I'm just not going to tell you.
I mean, I might not be the smartest person in the room, but you're like, you don't know who it is. It was.
Nope, not going to tell you.
I will ask someone else.
They don't know.
They don't know?
No. Nobody knows.
I'll just sick Maris on you until you tell me.
No, you won't.
Oh, is that a dare, sir?
Do you
a dare?
Do you want to listen to Maris spending the whole stream doing this?
Oh, I'll just mute it. When I restream, I don't have to listen to you guys talk.
All right, then I'll secretly be hinting to the racers where to go.
Well, that would be cheating.
But you won't know because you have it muted.
Someone will tell on you.
No one. Everyone loves me.
Everywhere.
You're not Ganon. Everyone loves Tony. Don't you know that?
This seed has broken me. It has broken me.
Yeah, looks like we got a long GP ahead too. Well,
thank you so much for coming in.
No problem. I thought I was a monster, but apparently we have Ganon in the chat. Oh, yep, that's death right there.
Oh, Lemon loves me more.
Yeah, but Lemon doesn't know you like I know you. Because if Lemon really knew you, he would know that you try to get people in trouble. You're a
No, they clearly can't be in the Z2R room where I ping 45 times. No one likes me there right now.
Okay. I remembered who it was. And I'm going to say, because I'm an honorable gentleman, and I would never knowingly discredit someone. Jacqueline Fox made the dolphin sprite.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because
151:43 timestamp.
No. Yes,
I actually think I knew that. I think I knew
why did you put me through all that?
I don't know. I didn't remember that I knew it until after you said it.
Uh-huh. This is looking real fishy right now. You want to know what I've made? Do you want to know what I've made? Let me just make sure I don't forget anything.
I don't know why anyone doesn't play as that Flocka thing or whatever it's called.
Flocka?
I know it sounds like the F word. That bird.
Oh, Foca.
Foca, yeah.
Because it's not a sprite that's available for people to use.
I mean, you could make it.
I could make a lot of things.
You should make a Jinxie sprite.
What would that look like? Would it look like a fairy in a bottle?
It would look like me.
Okay. Wait a second. You're in a Zelda channel asking what kind of monster would put a fairy in a bottle? Are you really asking that?
I want to be a sprite. Why can't I be a sprite? What is so wrong about asking to be a sprite and saving Hyrule? I think it's admirable.
Yeah, but what would you just be a lady? Just a lady in a t-shirt or what?
I would be a goddess and I would be amazing. Thank you. You're just gonna be a lady? What's wrong with just being a lady, sir?
Because it's a low resolution art, so you have to have very distinct characteristics for things to pop out. Also, I tried making Darth Vader once and it did not work. Because look at the speed of Link's feet moving back and forth there. Now imagine Darth Vader running that fast.
That would be adorable. I tried to make a Stormtrooper sprite for A Link to the Past as like a bunny sprite, and making a Darth Bane sprite for my husband, whose name is Bane. And
is his actual name Bane?
No.
Okay. Because that would, if his parents named him Bane.
I have a son named Kane. Do you want to go?
That's true. Well,
his name is Bob.
And here's Dark Link.
Oh my gosh. It's a sub 2.
It's a sub 2.
Sorry, I blacked out. This seed has broken me. I'm like done.
All right. So we got Dark Simon versus Simon, or Simon versus Dark Simon. Maybe it's Trevor, and we just don't know because you can't see. The lighting is insufficient here.
Is it a whip or a tongue?
This is definitely a whip.
I don't feel like that was an inappropriate question. It looks like a tongue. Get your GGs in chat for Paratrooper, who finishes with a time of 1 hour, 55 minutes, and 31 seconds.
GG to Paratroopa. And the Triforce is just on his head.
What did either of us do to deserve this, GG? Oh, I told him not to let me roll the seed. It's a tongue whip. Thank you. Let me see if I can get Paratrooper in here for
Well, either way, it's definitely a lashing. Ouch. A bubble kills thehangrycanuck, unfortunately. Oh, is he gonna forfeit?
Oh, you can't forfeit this close.
You're asking me what sprites I've done. I did Zelda, Rando, Yoshi, the Crystallis Hero, Dragon Lord, Miria from the Guardian Legend. Yoshi. Did I say Yoshi?
You did. I think your Yoshi might be my favorite.
Yeah, I think he turned out real well. Oh, and Olympia from Etrian Odyssey. I'll probably do Rygar next or something like that. Or maybe like...
Oh no, Hangry forfeited.
Oh.
So I'm trying to get them both in here so we can talk about how much they hate me for rolling this seed.
Hello! We got thehangrycanuck in here. I think he's setting things up right now.
Yeah, man, my combat's rusty.
Oh.
Well, I think this seed was just gross too, to be fair.
No, there's a lot of deaths I took I could have avoided. 100%.
From what I could tell, maybe one of the biggest things that you probably have to work on is navigating without a candle.
Yeah, I don't play much without a candle.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't take too long to get used to it. So, I mean,
Plus
just
the
a couple
hammer.
more games.
The hammer threw me off for a while too, getting the boots.
And we saw you actually finding Hammer Cave in Death Mountain. I think like 10 or 20 minutes before paratroopa was exploring Death Mountain, but you didn't quite recognize it in the dark. So we were kind of in pain a little bit for that. And so that means Paratroopa found the boots quite a bit earlier than you did. So what was your feelings on the seed, Paratroopa?
Oh, that was a nightmare. That was awful. That was just awful.
It wasn't a bad seed if I had have actually played well, but my combat was freaking horrible. I kept dying to everything.
Yeah, I mean, I spent a long time in this one, just in an endless loop of dying and not being able to make a lot of progress until about 45 minutes in, when I started kind of finally making a break.
Well, I got a lot of P-bags off the start, so I was like 4, 5, 5 relatively early. But I got stuck in the hammer.
Wasn't. I got the hint for the boots, which helped a little bit. I can't remember where that was. It was in a town somewhere.
It was in
yeah, and then I went to get them, and I never found Hammer Cave, but it was not Hammer Cave, so that was good.
Yeah, I can't remember what was in Hammer Cave. I know I found it.
Technically,
magic.
Oh yeah. Technically, you don't even need the boots to beat this seed, but I mean, it realistically speaking, like I wasn't gonna not get the boots and explore Eastern Hyrule.
Oh yeah, huh? I guess technically,
you don't really need anything to beat this seed. I just need levels and heart containers and magic containers.
How many heart containers did you finish with?
3.
Yeah, that's what I have too.
Yeah,
I've been in GP for about 15 minutes, but the combat's just too rusty to do it. I can't kill it.
Yeah,
I can't even make the jump in the honeycomb rooms anymore. I'm like, wow, I need to practice.
Yeah, I went to GP 677. I did some grinding because I just figured I would need it, especially if T-Bird was required, which it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm 566. I wasn't worried about T-Bird because you can just pendulum him, but
I suck at T-Bird. If there was a Thunderbird required, I was going to be in super big trouble with 2 lads. Actually, there was an extra life in GP, and that helped me get through it.
Yeah, no, the pendulum strat to learn on T-Bird's not hard. You'd learn it in 10 minutes if you'd practice.
So I hate to tell you this, Canuck, but the door that refused to open because you were literally one magic short of being able to cast Fairy, behind that door in Palace 1 was the magic key.
Oh, son of a...
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a hint for that one too. It was somewhere in Eastern Hyrule.
Well, I kept going back in the palace because I was hoping to get keys for it.
Yeah, there was really only... I just used a key to get into that room. There was one a little bit earlier in the dungeon. I can't even remember if I could cast Fairy at the time. I think I could, but I didn't.
No, I was 1 point short. It's cost 81. I had 5
magic. That's rough. Yeah, I had 6 magic containers, because there was one in Eastern Hyrule.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't get a chance to practice this week because I was so busy. I didn't even stream till tonight, so...
Well, you still can make it. I think we require 2 wins to make it into the brackets, if it's the same as the other tournaments.
Oh, I'm not worried about brackets. I'm just here to play.
Yeah, that's good. Nightcrawler didn't have to tell him that.
But I'm getting closer to actually finishing one of these.
You're right there. You did so good. It was great. Yeah, it's really good to see new blood here in the Z2 our community. It's definitely a great game. It's super fun to watch, but it is so labor intensive. Like getting the combat down is crazy, learning how to level and everything, which is why I don't play it because I am not very good at it, but I certainly love to watch it.
Well, I'm sure as the thehangrycanuck can tell you, being a vanilla player, like playing the game, like fighting enemies feels really good in this. I mean, would you agree with that, Paratroopa and Hangry?
Yeah, I think the combat's fun. It's just sometimes it's very hard when you don't have a lot of health.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or a candle. I'm not good with no candle.
I'm the same, but once I got down stab, it was just jump everywhere and just hold down, and if you hit
Yeah.
something, just jackhammer it. That's all I was doing towards the
Yeah,
end.
pretty much.
Yeah, the hardest ones without the candle are the bouncy cats because they only like overlap for a very short period of time and only for a couple of pixels, and the Geldarms. That's the word, not Moldorm. Those ones are really hard to see, especially they can be impossible to see if they spawn above the ground.
Oh yeah, I think I had some trouble with a couple of those.
But you can hit them and pass through them if you do it right, of course.
Yeah.
So let's see. I think I asked you, Hangry Canuck, about what else you're going to be streaming this week a couple of days ago. But Paratroopa, I haven't talked to you recently. Do you do anything on Twitch other than Zelda 2?
I'm in a Crypt with the Necrodancer tournament right now, which is also one. That's
Cool.
about it.
And Hangry, you were doing Dragon Warrior Randomizer?
Yeah, I'm in the Dragon Warrior Randomizer League right now.
Awesome. Well, let's see. I hope it goes well for both you guys in those tournaments, and of course, we're going to see more of you next week. Are there any final comments on this race or on the tournament in general, or on the randomizer? Anything you want to get off your chest about the randomizer?
I'm just hoping to get more heart containers next time. That's all.
Yeah, that first race with one heart container, I didn't even know you could random one heart container. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but
Yeah, I had found down stab, and I had I think I was 2-3-3 when we called for the reroll.
oh, I was 1-1-1 when we called for a reroll. I had not made any progress whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I was not going for it with one heart container. And then we re-rolled and I seen 2 and I'm like, well, what's the sense?
Yeah, it was almost worse with 2 lives, but I don't know. At least that gave us 1 hit cushion, so there you go. I have yet to roll average or better heart containers in this, so.
I think one of the early seeds that got rolled up had 8 heart containers.
That's funny.
That also means a lot of 550 bags. Yeah, that is the dream. Well, there is one health state that cannot be randomized in Max Rando, so you don't have to worry about that. The one-hit KO flag, that will never.
Oh. I mean, that's good.
In a way, one-hit KO, when you turn it on for the enemies and the player, is a little bit easier than one heart, honestly. Because at least you're killing the enemies.
The upside to 1 heart is that you can improve your station.
Right. I'll tell you, one-hit KO is terrifying when you're facing Dark Link because he doesn't follow the same rules as all the enemies.
Yeah, I don't really know how to fight Dark Link because it usually doesn't matter.
Yeah, but if
Dark
he
Link
jumps on
wouldn't
you,
be hard 1 KO.
Oh yeah, I mean, as long as he doesn't jump on you, you're good.
Well, if he jumps, if you jump too, most times he won't hit you and he'll just bounce away.
Yeah, the timing's pretty tricky on that one though.
Yeah, you have to wait.
At least
You kind of have to see him at the peak of his jump, and when he's at the peak, you have to jump.
Okay, that's good for me to know because I haven't really practiced that one yet. So.
It's handy in all keys because he always jumps on me. Always jumps on me.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for allowing me to restream you. It was very fun. Please continue to play Z2R. We definitely love having you. Big thanks to Nightcrawler and iBot for jumping in and really helping out. We always need volunteers, and it's so wonderful that I can really depend on these two pretty much anytime I ask. They're always available. Thank you for tuning into ZSR. Thank you for your bits and your subscriptions and just always being here. So I think we're going to call it a night for right now here on ZSR Main. We are going to head over to Resetador, who is playing A Link to the Past. But thanks again for stopping by, and be sure to tune in for more of the Zelda 2 Max Rando tournament. Until then, we'll see you soon.
Later.